All right, let's come to a comfortable seated position. Highly recommend using a prop, right? Lifting the hips above the knees to take any tension out of the knees. And remembering that everything that I'm offering to you is a suggestion. Like, you are going to know your body so much better than I am ever going to. So with everything I'm offering, please feel free to modify. You never have to do all of this. I have tailored this class for you specifically for you to grow with it, so that you can add things on to poses, so that as you're feeling stronger, as you have more energy, as you build your core and your glutes, you're ready to layer on more poses and like crank the heat up a little bit more. Okay, so if at any point in this practice when you're doing it, if it feels like you're straining something, listen to that and honor it. Don't push through it, right? Yoga is about finding the edge of a posture, your sweet spot, where you can feel the muscles of the body working harmoniously. It might be difficult, right? There's sensation and you're feeling things, but there's no acute points of pain, all right? And that ultimately remembering that the term yoga in Sanskrit means the yoking or union of the mind, body, and breath. So prioritizing the breath work over trying to go further into a posture. If you're not breathing, you've gone past the point of finding your edge, right? You're going into more of like survival mode, and that's when the muscles of the body start to tense, and that is where injury happens. So really prioritizing the integrity and longevity of your practice. All right, that's what we're here for, my friend. We're here to be doing yoga for another 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Okay, that's my spiel. I'm done lecturing you. All right, so sitting up nice and tall in the body, finding that comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. And then prioritizing the spine, that nice flat back. So activating the abdomen here, pulling that belly button up and in, connecting to that source of energy and power here. And then letting that lift you tall all the way through the crown of the head. This enables bone to be stacked on bone so that the muscles of the front and the back body aren't stressing themselves to maintain this posture for so long. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and exhale to soften the muscles down the back body. You can allow the eyes to soften on the earth just in front of you a few feet, or to close all the way. Hands are resting comfortably on the thighs, and begin to bring your awareness to your breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Slowing down that exhale until it is twice as long as the inhale. We're going to begin your practice by doing 10 ohms and then saying your mantra 10 times. So big deep breath in through the nose, making sure that head is over heart, heart is over center, so that you are in alignment and present in this very moment. And then when you're ready, Om. 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 Taking a big deep breath in through the nose. Nice and slow back out through the nose. Beginning your mantra. I am enough. 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 Taking a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Then when you're ready, allowing the eyelids to flutter back open, coming back to the space. And inhale, bring the arms out wide, side to side, following them with the eyes till the palms touch. And exhale to slide it down to heart center, chin to chest. Inhale to come out and up. Exhale to bring it back to the heart center, back to home. One more time, inhale to come out and up. And exhale to bring it back to the heart space. Inhale to lift the head back up to center, bring one palm to the earth, and inhale, reach up and then out and over, opening up from the hip up through the armpit. Breathing deep here, pull that top shoulder back a little bit to open up that heart space. Lift the gaze towards the sky and breathe for 3 breaths. Inhale to come all the way back through to center. And exhale, to come on to the other side, finding that balance in your movements and pausing here. Any thoughts that pop into the mind in this time, you can just let float away like a cloud, committing to being fully embodied and present in this moment. Breathing deep. And then inhale to come back through to center and exhale to twist. So one hand comes right back behind the sits bones, pressing into the earth to help you lift and lengthen through the core or through the crown while active and engaged in the core. And then the hand comes to the outer edge of the opposite leg and on an exhale, twisting and turning to look out past the back shoulder. Pausing here to breathe. Each inhale, an opportunity to lift and lengthen. Each exhale, an opportunity to twist a little more. Inhale to come back through to center. Exhale to twist and turn, coming to the opposite side. Once again, finding balance in movements on the mat so you can carry that balance with you off of the mat. One more breath cycle here, breathing in deep through the nose. And then exhale, twist and turn, coming back to center, moving any props out of the way here. Bring the hands to the knees and inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the heart space, curve the spine, lift the gaze towards the ceiling or the heavens. And exhale to round shoulders, come forward, belly button tucks up an inch into chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. One more time. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Squeezing that last drop of breath all the way out. And then inhale to rise back up, coming to that nice flat back. And then roll forward onto hands and knees, coming to tabletop. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders. If you experience any sensitivity in the wrists, you can make fists with the palms and place those under the shoulders. And then tuck that belly button up and in to create a nice flat back. Gaze flat on the earth beneath you, coming into tabletop. And inhale, tuck those toes under, lift the knees just a few inches off the mat and hold. Even if you have to lower the knees in this time, try to come back to it if you're able to. Feeling that core energy, feeling your power, feeling your strength. And then exhale, float those knees down, untuck the toes. Inhale, this time to extend the left leg straight out, back and behind. Making sure here that you stay centered. So if you do that leg all the way up, but you find yourself like leaning to one side or the other, then lower the leg. And honestly, depending on where the leg is, depends on which ab muscles you connect to. So it's not a bad thing to like have it lower. It's just going to work different muscles. Pausing here for 2 more breath cycles. Exhale, lower that leg down to the ground. Bump the hips to the left, look over the hips look over the shoulder to the hips. Bump the hips to the right, look over the shoulder at the hips, and just sort of pendulum swing side to side a little bit here. Getting more of those side stretches in. giving you a little core break. All right, inhale, come back to center, back to your integrity in that tabletop, nice flat back here. And then inhale, the right leg straight out, back and behind. Finding a level that you can engage for 4 breath cycles here. Big deep breath in through the nose, and nice slow exhales back out the nose. Big deep breath in, exhale, lower that leg down, and inhale, lift the left arm straight out in front of you. Now, if you get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I've got this so good, you're ready to add another layer, then do the arm and the legs at the same time. And then once you've really got that mastered, link it to a breath cycle of taking a big deep breath in through the nose and exhale to bring everything to center. Inhale back out, everything to center. But starting, no skipping ahead, with just that arm extended right out in front of you. One more breath cycle here, and then exhale, bring that back down. Inhale to lift the other arm straight out in front of you. Breathing deep here. Exhale, float that hand down, bring the knees together, the toes together, and melt back to a child's pose. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, there's extended child's pose. So knees the width edge of the mat, toes still touching, but stretching those arms out in front of you. Forehead comes to the earth or a block. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could use books or even a box of tissues, just anything that's going to lift the earth to you. Pausing here for 4 breath cycles, giving yourself a little break before we build that heat again. All right, inhale to lift and rise back to that tabletop, hands under the shoulders, and then take a step back into plank. So the real trick with plank is to really connect to that body, that belly button, tucking that belly button up and in, glutes active and engaged. So we don't want it up here and we don't want it down here. It's got to be like in the middle, nice straight line of energy from the feet extending out to the crown of the head. Gaze flat on the earth beneath you. And that this is a legitimate option also, bringing the knees down, that same line of energy, still tucking that belly button up and in. And just like the leg lifts, this doesn't make this pose any less valid, right? It's just the first step. It's about where you're beginning your journey from. And it's important to honor where you're at in this moment so that you can foundationally build the muscles that you need to have a sustainable and healthy practice. All right, so you choosing here your level of engagement. And then inhale, lift the hips up and back. Elbow creases radiating out in front of you. Here you want your hands spread really big and wide, like starfish hands, really pressing into those palms. And as you can see, when I do this, my shoulders are really rounded. So what I have to do to get that nice flat back is bend the knees. And pausing here for a few breaths. Settling in, feeling this posture in your body, keeping the neck in between the arms to keep your integrity through the length of your spine. And then inhale, lift up your left leg, 3-legged dog. Pausing here, Feeling that heat. Oh, once again, you can always lower that leg, right? It's about where you're at today. Exhale to float it down. Inhale to float up the right leg. Three-legged dog. Feel that heat, feel that shake, build your strength and power. That's what you're here to do. Exhale to float it down. Let's step that foot all the way up and through. And if you need to take a few steps, that's cool too. We're just finding ourselves or making our way towards the front of the mat. Step that back foot up to meet the front foot, coming into a forward fold, pausing here for a few breaths. The hands don't come all the way to the earth. You can bend the knees, or hands can grab opposite elbows and hang. Breathing deep here. And then inhale, if those hands are holding each other, release that clasp and gently roll up one vertebrae at a time to a standing position, letting the head be the last thing that rises. And standing tall at the top of your mat in mountain. So feet hip width distance apart, slight micro bend in the knees. Thighs active and engaged, pulling towards each other. It's called isometric engagement. Pelvis tilted slightly forward, connecting to those cores, turning it on to help you lift and lengthen, extending all the way out to the crown of the head. And then on an exhale, melting the shoulders down the back body, bringing the hands to either side of the body, coming into mountain pose. Breathing here, tapping into your power and your strength. Knowing that you've got this. Engaging all the muscle groups of the body here in this posture. Making sure you're not holding tension anywhere, but submitting to the posture. And then inhale, bring the arms up overhead for an extended mountain pose. Breathing deep. Inhale, palms come together. Exhaling out to one side. Another side stretch, opening up the body. Knowing that even if we're doing a glutes and core practice, it's never just the glutes and core, it's all connected. Inhale, use those core muscles to bring you back up to center. See, it's all connected. Inhale to reach up even farther and exhale out and over to the other side. Breathing deep here, making sure you've kept that solid connection to your breath, committed to the very foundation of your practice. Inhale to come back through to center, and then exhale. Bring the hips backing down, hands come in front of the heart, coming into chair. Now, acknowledging that this is chair pose. This is chair pose. And I want you to find something that you can sustain and hold for 4 breaths. If you feel a little bit weebly and wobbly here, lift your toes up. If you can't stand sturdy with your toes up, it means that your weight is imbalanced, so you're leaning too far forward or too far back. So go back to mountain pose and try again, like redo, restart, reset. All right, pausing here for 4 breaths. If you fundamentally can't find a stable place here, then have a chair in front of you to hold on to. It's totally fine. Breathing deep. Inhale to lift up high to mountain. And then exhale. Bring everything back to center. Allow the eyes to soften or close. Bring a hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. All right, when you're ready, allowing those eyelids to flutter back open, coming back to the space. Standing tall at the top of your mat, you can bring your hands to your hips and inhale. Take a big step back about a leg's length with your right foot. Now, the farther back or the farther separated these legs are, the more intense this next posture is going to be. So if at any point it feels like more than you're able to offer in this moment, no big deal. Just step up a little bit, okay? So I'm really going to trust you to guide yourself on this. Front knee over front ankle, slight micro bend in that back leg, and pressing into the knife edge of that back foot. That means like this edge here, the outer edge. And that foot's at a 45 or 90 degree angle, whichever feels just more natural to you. Then really drop down through the pelvis here, abdomen active and engaged. So imagining that you're still in mountain pose from the hips up here. Mountain pose is the foundational pose for all standing poses. So you're still calling up all that same energy. And then when you're ready, square the hips to the long edge of your mat. Open up here, arms straight out side to side at shoulder height. And then turn the head to look ahead. Ready for whatever's coming towards you without any need to move towards it. Trusting that it's going to come to you in right timing. Breathing deep here. Making sure that you're not flexing or tensing any part of the body, but everything is working in harmony together. And then inhale, the back arm comes to the back leg, the front arm lifts towards the sky. Making sure that front knee is still over the front ankle, breathing deep here. Inhale to come back to that warrior two. Straighten out the front leg, keeping a micro bend, engaging the abdomen here. And then exhale, the hips go back, the arms come forward, reaching as far as you can, and then pivoting just the arms. So top hand reaches towards the sky, bottom hand comes to rest on the inner thigh, somewhere, it could be up here. It's about how far you can go while maintaining that nice flat back. Using your core to stabilize you here. Knowing the more you practice, the farther down you'll get. Depending on your flexibility level, you might even come all the way to the earth someday. That's not me. That's not where I'm at. Gaze can be straight ahead or lifted up towards the ceiling. All right, imagining that you're grabbing a big hook here to pull you back up to that warrior two. And then bring the hands to the front thigh here. Step that back leg up to meet the front leg. Eyes soften or closed, hand to the heart, hand to the belly. Feel what you're feeling in this moment. Knowing that you've got this, you are strong. You hold the capacity to change and grow. You are enough. Taking a big deep breath into the nose, allowing the eyelids to flutter. Standing tall at the top of your mat. Hands to the hips. And inhale, take a big step back about a leg's length or less, depending on what's going to work for you in this moment. Front knee over front ankle, back leg at a 45 degree angle, slight micro bend in that back leg. Readjusting yourself so your shoulders are squared to the long edge of your mat. Engage and active through the core all the way to the crown of the head. Arms open, gaze turns to look ahead and pause. Breathe into this posture. See what it is ready to teach you in this moment. If you find yourself like wobbling a little bit, like it doesn't feel very sturdy, check where the feet are at, right? Make sure that you are grounded from the feet all the way up. See if there's any micro movements or adjustments that will help you drop into this pose with more comfort. So always having a mode of inquiry here, always exploring and letting that be the foundation of your practice. Breathing deep here. And then inhale, front hand comes up, back hand comes down. pausing here for 4 breaths. Big breath in, grabbing that hook in the ceiling, coming back to warrior 2, straightening out that front leg, keeping that connection to the core to stabilize you here. As you exhale, begin to hinge forward from the hips, going as far as you can, and then pivoting those arms. One hand towards the sky, always an option here to also bend at the elbow, hand to the hip. Ain't no shame in the modification game. All right, eyes either straight ahead or to the sky. Big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. On that next big breath in, exhale. Grab that hook, come back to warrior 2, bend that front leg, hands come to the front of those hips, thighs, and then stepping that front foot up to meet the back foot. Inhale to lift the hands up towards the sky. Exhale to dive all the way down towards the toes. And then firmly root those hands to the earth. Take a step back with the left leg, drop the leg down. Step back with the right leg. Drop the knees down and then come back to the child's pose of your choosing. To surrender for 4 breaths. To find that ebb and flow of using your power and resting your power. Inhale to connect to those core muscles and slowly rise back up, coming forward onto hands and knees. And then extending those legs straight back to come to plank or knees down plank. Take a big deep breath in through the nose and exhale to slowly lower yourself all the way down to the ground here, belly on the earth, hands under shoulders, elbows tucked into side body here. And then on an inhale, engage the core, press into the pelvis, the thighs, the tops of the legs, and lift up to a cobra. Exhale to lower. We're going to do this as a flow 3 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Paying a special attention to any pinching, numbness, or tingling as your body asking you to just go into this pose less, to do it less. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One last time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. This time, bring the hands straight back behind you, forehead, mouth, or chin resting on the mat. Arms palm down in a V shape. And inhale, pressing into the pelvis. Once again, lift the shoulders up, the arms up, the legs up. So my kids' classes, I call this Superman pose, right? Like you're like flying together. Like, so if you're feeling a little playful, feel free to, rock side to side with it. And exhale to lower it down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Now, once again, as you continue to do this, inhale to lift, you can not do the lowering part, just hold it the whole time. That would be another way to kick it up a notch. Exhale to lower. One last time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Bringing this one cheek to the earth to rest for a moment here, taking a big deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then turning to the other side, taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Place those hands back under your shoulders and press yourself all the way back to the feet here. Coming onto the sides of the hips to pivot your feet in front of you. And this time, bringing the hands to the backs of the legs and working with boat pose. So the first thing we're going to do is with the hands in the back of the legs, we're going to inhale, pull those shoulders back, open up the heart space, lift the gaze. Exhale to round the spine, tuck the chin into chest. We're going to do this a few times. What I want you to notice is you inhale and come forward. You find the sits bones, the fleshy part of the buttocks out of the way, right? You feel those bones connecting to the earth. And as you exhale, round back, you find the tailbone. And so our next posture is actually working about finding the balancing point between those two bones. All right, last exhale here. Inhale to come up to that nice flat back. So just like when you're in mountain, that nice flat back, shoulders soften down the back body, and then inhale, find that balancing point between the two and begin to lift your feet up. And it could just be one foot at a time. Could be both feet. And you might work your way to get the shins parallel to the earth. It may be that you can extend the arms out side to side. Could be that you lift the arms up and overhead. And maybe you straighten those legs straight out. Big deep breath in and exhale, float it down. Wrap the arms around the knees and bring the head towards the arm, resting in your own little love cave for a moment here. This therapeutic supportive space that is yours and yours alone. Inhale to roll all the way back up. And then exhale to bring the torso all the way down to the ground here. Oh, beautiful. Hands at either side of the body, palms down. We're going to press into the feet, into the shoulders, into the palms to lift the hips up towards the sky. Exhale to soften them down. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to soften. And just like I said with the cobra pose, the poses we did face down before, just now, you don't have to make this a flow. This could just be you maintaining this pose. Let's do one more here. Once you build up those muscles and you're ready and feeling stronger. Exhale to lower it down. Walk the feet to be the width edge of the mat. And windshield wiper the legs side to side. All right, inhale to come back up to center. And for our last pose, we're going to bring the legs up the wall. So find the wall and come in at the wall sideways here, right? Body pressed right up against that wall, super duper close. And then you're going to turn and put your legs up the wall. We're going to chill here for a solid 2 minutes. Palms can be up at either side of the body in a V shape, or a hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. And just saying to yourself in your mind, I am enough. While keeping that connection to the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Taking a big deep breath into the nose and out through the nose. And then slowly sliding those legs down the wall, rolling onto the side, and then gently making your way into your Shavasana. Queer lift. Oh, I was too zenned out there. All right. Extend those legs out. It can feel more comfortable for some individuals to put a prop under the knees that makes the small of the back flush to the earth. So if you're finding some discomfort in the low back, you can try that out. Legs extended straight out, palms up at either side of the body in a V shape. And taking 3 last big deep breaths into the nose. Nice and slow back out the nose to soften the body here, acknowledging that the more relaxed you are, the more you will receive and integrate in this final resting pose. And then when you're ready, drifting off into your Shavasana. Taking a deep breath into the nose and out through the nose. Taking an opportunity here to just take any final stretches that would feel really good to you right now. Oh. And then rolling onto the right side into the fetal position. Kind of full circle, ending this class as you were started this life. This curled little space, this tight little safe nurturing ball. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And pressing into that palm whenever you're ready. You know, if you don't have to boogie on to the next thing, feel free to lay here for as long as you need to. Once you have come to that comfortable seated position, inhale the hands up to heart center, closing our practice with 3 Ams. Big deep breath in. My wish for you on this day, every single day that follows, is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste. Be well. Take care.